letter came today, and so I'm reading it, and it was someone who said, it's beautiful letter, and we're just going to at the computer waiting to register, okay, but my details won't be clear until another time. So I knew that they were not going to come in. But the letter read that it was very beautiful, that I've been on a search for spiritual fulfillment for many, many years, and this person wrote and said that I came to on a cruise liner from the United States to Jamaica and to Port Antonio so many years ago, like in 1962 or something like this, or I don't remember, some time. And I remember it was the most beautiful place, I came there with my family and so on, and I remember walking down one road, and it was so beautiful, and I saw these bunch of children playing there. And I said to them, "You live in paradise." So I said, "What is this?" He said, "I live in paradise." We said, but I was amazed at the response, because the response didn't seem to, like, they expected that they would be kind of like, "Wow, thank you," and people go, and this kind of stuff like that. It was amazed, and it went straight to, phew. I said, "My God, I didn't make it up." So this is a very, very distant thing. It's just about the time when I might have been about 7 years old or something, or whatever. And the letter just came. I just read it today. Maybe I read it for you. And walking in Port Antonio, and I remember going with this. They were with their family, like this, and walking in this place and seeing these children, these boys playing, and saying, like, "You live in paradise." And I'm always telling this story. Somebody came and said, "You live in paradise," and we were saying, "Okay, thank you. We don't know what it means. We don't know what it meant. We don't know what it meant, because I never left my town." And then many years later, I traveled and came to Europe, and then after some years, maybe 6 years, was the first time traveling back to the Caribbean, coming home. And there's a place as we're arriving into my town, because it's one of the 8th great harbors, natural harbors of the world in my town. The small island off, and beautiful. We turned the corner and we looked, and I saw it, and then it came in my heart. This is paradise. And I told this because we're saying that many times you don't know something unless you have contrast to it. And that we would not have had any knowledge or knowledge of the self until we have a knowledge of what the self is not, or of something is beautiful, unless you have a sense of something being ugly or something being whatever. And we could not appreciate, what is meant. We heard the word because we grew up a Christian country. We knew about paradise. You understand? I mean, because you was talking Adam and Eve, they lived in paradise. We know only that paradise. And somebody saying, "You live in paradise." I said, "What?" It's like this. They were surprised. Now this same person is saying, "I want to come here because it sounds like I've been looking for this paradise inside myself. And it looks like you got there first, and you've come to call me to come to this." So I was very pleased to say, "Okay, I'm going to keep a place for you. You have to come to be here." Isn't it amazing that after all these years? this space that I speak about, where even these words, they arise from there. And as some people have also confessed, yes, even as the words are being spoken, they are watched from this place, this unspeakable place, that has no dimension, has no size. There's neither night nor day there. There are no different species there. There's neither inside or out there. Here. There's neither heaven nor hell there. Some beings feel more connected. Others feel that even connection is not connection also. Connection means one thing connected with another. Yes. But this is before connection even. So there's neither connection nor disconnection there. There's nobody lost nor found there. Sometimes when the eyes are closed, it's felt more, yes, this I know. But it's just the same place when the eyes are open. It makes no difference. Eyes open, eyes closed. There's no identity there. There's no gender. One doesn't feel okay. The reference to the body is a reference of what I am. That is not there. So I'm not telling you about this. We're looking from here together as one seeing. I cannot tell you a story about it because there's no story there. Naturally, it is felt. With this body it is felt. But the body cannot limit it. In fact, all bodies perceived arise or appear in it and are perceived in it. They have no existence apart from it. It is not inside nor outside. It's neither north nor south nor west or east, neither up nor down. There's neither man nor woman there, neither angels nor demons there. There's no need for fear also, because there's no other there. There's no death there. But here is the source from where all things arise and are perceived by the power also which is aware of even perceiving, the functioning of perceiving, and even a sense of a perceiver and the objects perceived. All of them appear and arise in this. Know this to be yourself. Be totally confirmed in that. Marinate in this great seeing. There's neither sin nor merit there. There are no regions of time. Knowing this, all the beings rejoice with great gladness because they have crossed over from the dream of death into eternal life. Love this, honor this, respect this, be this, because this is all there is. And it is all there ever will be also, and all there ever was in truth. Everything that's known as else are only appearances in it, which are beautiful. The appearances, you can call it is its children. It takes care of them. The various states of being and experiencing and identity all emanate from this one source. You may call it God, you may call it absolute awareness, you may call it Para-Brahman, call it what you like. It itself has no name, it's beyond all names. It gives birth to name, gives birth to all forms, and to their changefulness, and to the perceiving of their changefulness. It is neither old nor young, it is incapable of growing. It neither contracts nor expands. It neither accepts nor rejects. It is always perfect. But its perfume is love and peace and joy and wisdom, and silence and stillness. It has created all these myriads of forms and beings and cares for them, brings them into life, pulls them back into emptiness. He is known as the great Shiva, the great God. All names are his names. He is not he, nor she. And if there's a great discovery in the universe of experiencing, and certainly in the human kingdom, it is to know and to be that. To recognize that as our unchanging reality, our fundamental nature and being. And yet at the same time we have the capacity to experience through the senses and the mind, to see, to taste all the flavors of life. It arises in each form, announcing itself in the feeling, I am, I exist. This I exist, this I amness is also its name. All beings know their name as I am. That is our name. I am John, I'm Susan, this is our role. But as sentient expression, your name is I am, I exist. But from the place where even the sense I am emerges from, the voiceless place, know this to be yourself. When you know this, fear will leave. Maybe not instantly, maybe gradually. All delusions will come to an end. All sorrows will be gone. Depression will visit you no more. contemplate this, meditate on it, confirm it, verify it, love it, be it. This is the sadhana of being. All the things that are perceived through the mind and the senses one day will be gone. But this will never pass. It belongs to no religion. None can claim it. Yet it gives rise to the expression of religion as avenues to search for it. It appears as the seeker, the search, and the thing found. It is all of this and beyond this thing. A true life is a life which is confirming this to your great joy. If it hasn't already, I hope that these words, what they point to, these seeds sprout fully inside your heart. Wipe away all delusions, all fears. Just as now you are introduced to that great space, a sense of that great inner space, yes, which is uncluttered, light, no boundary. This you may surrender your identity into that. It is good not to have any intention that cause you to hesitate to fully surrender in each and any moment. Sometimes in the mind we hold some agenda, some intention that think, okay, and this intention itself makes you feel not yet, not now. Not yet, not now. It is a mental condition and habit to postpone the opportunity for liberation here and now. Yes. Watch these things. Don't harbor any, don't cherish any projections at all. If you can do this, you will feel a great space, the great space of being. And you will know that nothing is missing. Nothing is missing. But if you save things up, things will feel missing. We must begin to understand more and more. In fact, it comes very spontaneously to understand the mechanism of the psychological mind. Those who are free are totally empty of intention, and they bear witness that when a thing needs to happen, it comes spontaneously. The power comes from nature to bring it into existence. And when it is fully expressed itself and exhausted its expression, it goes back again into silence. This is the natural experiencing. You see? So don't hold on to too many hopes, even spiritual ones. Better just be empty and be totally surrendered in your heart. Because nothing will be left out. Nothing will be left out. You must hear these things over and over again. You are not incomplete. Just we suffer from distraction. The mind presents many things like a version of life. And for a while we purchase it. If, as I said earlier today, none of this, no delusion will be possible. No illusions will be possible. You see, if the egoic mind did not imitate the truth, because it plays to imitate the truth. And then we believe that, yes, okay, this is the truth. So then you have to sharpen your Dharma eye. You must sharpen your powers of discernment so that every twist and turn of the ego mind is exposed in the light of pure seeing. It is not a strenuous activity that I am introducing to you. It comes already, you're already fully equipped. You don't have to go anywhere to purchase tools for awakening. You come already perfectly equipped. Why? You always have the advantage because in your deepest self, the truth is there untouched, unmanipulatable, unconquerable, immutable. But this life is to prove it and to expose the untruth by the power of your own powers of discernment. Don't take this personally, because every power, every good power is on your side. But in the same way, like I say to you, like your fingernail can cover the sun, believing in a wrong idea of self will completely change the way in which this world should be perceived and blind us to the truth of who we are. This is the great opportunity of the human experience, because consciousness in the form of a human being has the right capacity to contemplate its original nature and to find total liberation. So each one should really be very grateful and rejoice for this human opportunity to enjoy one's existence, but value nothing greater than the self, because there is nothing greater than the self. Know yourself, enjoy yourself, love yourself. And loving others will become so natural for you. Why? Because they will not feel like others. They will not feel like others. And if each of us could really see, understand the background of each other, where we're coming from, there will be nobody you don't love. There will be no one that you would not extend your heart's generosity towards. There really would not. But over and over again, we come from the mind. And the mind goes, look at that one, and so on and so on. So, and right there you create a division and a separation in your heart, which is a sin, in fact. If you could see into the heart of each person and to look at them with clearer eyes, you would love them, in spite of their funny ways. In spite of that, you say, yeah, I can see where that comes from. Okay? You could see that. And you'll be much more forgiving, and also allow them also to find their truest expression. You see? Now, by saying that, I don't mean that we should go around patting everybody on the shoulder about things, because sometimes you have to give one a chop too. Sometimes you have to give a chop. But that chop is coming from love also. You see, it's not coming from resentment or hate or judgment like that. And who can do it? Nobody really can do it as a person. This is why your first commitment is first to deplete ourselves of this personal identity, to awaken to the truth. And only as truth, as presence, you find all these things is natural for you. How much effort it is to go on some behavioral therapy course or something. Yeah. We can't do many things. If somebody tell you, listen, before you can be awake, you have to give up smoking, even that you cannot manage. Some can. But if I tell you, but irrespective of, actually, of what your mortal frame does, your immortal self remains ever perfect. And you were to notice inside your heart, many of the superficial things would fall away. Also, that's not to say that we should not practice righteous action, righteous thinking. That is also has its place. But it should not be the priority. The priority is to find the truth of who you are. When you find the truth of who you are, the lie of who you are not will fall away. This is the clear and simple and intelligent way. Other than this, surrender everything at the feet of God. Over and over again. Never be tired of surrendering. It becomes a joy until it's no longer needed. Okay, thank you. We have a song we sing here, no? The one when I told you, you are always in my heart. I am always in your heart. You see? You are always in my heart. I am always in your heart. When it says you are always in my heart, you are the self who is always in my heart. And I am always in your heart. I the self am always in your heart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Salutations to Lord Shiva, the Absolute Being. And it is done means whatever you're trying to do to find the truth, that truth is already done. It's already there. Isn't it? You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. You are never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Sadguru Ramana ki Jai. Papa Ji ki Jai. Shri Buddha ki Jai. Shri Christ ki Jai. Shri Krishna ki Jai. Nanda Mai Ma ki Jai. Shri Yogi Ram Surat Kumar ki Jai. Mahadev ki Jai. Sagadata Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Ram ki Jai. Sahaja ki Jai. This is the extended version.
This is called